this video I'm going to be having a go at repairing one of the errors that I made in the rod build. All of the problems that I had came on the bud section of the rod. The first being that I applied far too much glue under the cork handle and didn't clear it off, and it had nowhere to go when I slid down, and ended up cracking open the cork handle, which left a split there, which is highly annoying, and that's what I'm going to be getting to in this video. The other issues that I had were that I completely forgot that there's a logo on the end cap of this rod, since there have not been logos on any of the previous build end caps. And yeah, I should have aligned this to be level with the rod, but I didn't, and that's a cosmetic annoyance. The other thing was applying the decal. This is the first time I've done that as well. The laying down of a smooth, even base coat of rod finish was tricky, and then applying the decal itself, also in alignment, was not the easiest. And finally applying another long, even coat of finish made it quite a tricky process. To add to that, a speck of fluff actually landed on the finish while it was drying, and I attempted to pull that out, and that's left a dent in the finish. The arbor also came apart on my rod building my rod drying motor when I was drying the rod and left it unattended. After an hour or so, came back, no rotation, and the finish had drooped to the bottom. Got it back going again, which, you know, made it quite even, but yeah, it's not an even finish. Not a disaster by any means, but far from perfect, which is annoying. So now on to the grip repair. To do that, I'm going to make my own cork filler paste, and I found a wine cork with very similar colour to this grip. I'm going to sand a bit of that cork to get some cork dust, mix it with a little bit of waterproof wood glue, and that will give me my paste, which I'll then push into the split and leave it a little bit proud so that when it dries I can sand it down level with the grip. I will try to mask as close to the split as possible so that I don't get mess everywhere, and the repair will hopefully look as invisible as possible. So let's give it a go. And now we've got the filler paste in the split in the grip. I tapped it down at the end with a damp finger just to make sure that it's fully pushed into the split and that all of the cracked surface area is filled out. In a couple of days I'll come back with some fine sandpaper and hopefully I'll just be able to knock the proud area down to the same level as the cork grip, and with a bit of luck we won't have too visible a repair. We'll have to see. With the filler fully cured, I'm going to use a couple of types of paper now to sand down the repair. I've got some 240 grit to knock down the excess material, and then I'm going to use some 400 grit for the finish. Well, that's the rod grip repair complete. This was actually the first time that I've attempted to repair a cork rod grip, and the patch is slightly darker than I'd hoped for. Maybe there's a bit too much wood glue compared to the cork dust, or maybe the cork dust was a bit coarse. I'm not entirely sure why it's come out this way, but it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb colour wise, so it's not overly noticeable. And the sanding worked really well. When I run my finger over, I can't feel a thing. The shape of the grip hasn't altered at all, so it's really nicely blended in that sense. But yeah, now we have a completely finished rod, and it's time to take it fishing. Well, rod build complete, rod taken on big adventure, first casts made, first fish caught. So how's it been? It's been a dream. This combo and the rod itself, absolutely fantastic to cast either with streamers or with tiny dry flies. Breaking down to 6 pieces is awesome for the backpack. And this rod tube, it's so cute, so small, fits perfectly down the side of the backpack, and doesn't stick out when I put the rain cover on. So I'm really happy with this 6-piece pack light rod. The build itself, there's been some issues, but now having cast the rod, I can completely forget about them. I don't notice anything. This cork repair, really barely noticeable. The other things, don't notice either. Did a good job with the guides, a good job in general. Just as I've mentioned before, this butt section had some issues, but for me, I love it. With all of the tiny little errors I made, that's what makes it mine. And I've enjoyed this build, even if it's been challenging at times, especially with filming it. That's made me concentrate maybe more on the filming than on the building itself, and that led to some mistakes. But now I've finally got round to building it, finally got round to going on a big adventure with it, testing, fishing, catching. Super happy. So I hope you've enjoyed this series, and I hope maybe you're inspired to go and build your own fly rod. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.